Well, we, of course, still continue to follow the trial in the case of the man who pleaded guilty to 23 counts, all related to the Capital Gazette shooting. Well, now the prosecution has revealed that there were even more cases where Jarrod Ramos retaliated against people who he believed had wronged him. WJZ is live tonight. Avajoy Burnett about those cases, which does include, Avajoy, an online relationship.
Nicole, that's right. Good afternoon to you. Earlier today, the prosecution revealed that the defendant had an online relationship with a woman by the name of Kathy. And when things went sideways, he apparently reached out to the woman's husband to expose her. The clinical psychologist who diagnosed the defendant with delusional disorder was back on the witness stand. She said people with the disorder are able to operate normally as long as the delusion is not stimulated. But in the case of Jarrod Ramos, the psychologist said the Capital Gazette article about his previous harassment case was the tipping point, and he was consumed with taking legal recourse and trying to make this right. The mass shooting where 5 people were killed happened after several failed lawsuits. The prosecution tried to chip away at the argument that the defendant had mental illnesses like OCD. There is a narrative that the defendant was a germaphobe, but the prosecution showed pictures of his dirty apartment. There was also this image of him lying on the floor in the Capital Gazette newsroom. The state's attorney commented, apparently he didn't have a problem with dirt on that day. And then there are revelations that he smeared feces in the vent of his jail cell to force the staff to move him. Law professor Jose Anderson said the prosecution's goal is to poke holes in the defense's storyline.
You challenge the credentials of the expert to offer the kind of testimony that they're giving so that the jury has less confidence in that part of the defense's case. And I think that that's some of the way a prosecutor should go about challenging expert testimony, by undermining the amount of experience of the expert in the given circumstance.
And today a juror passed a note that eventually made it to the judge, and they wanted to know if this trial will go beyond the 10 anticipated business days. The judge answered, and he said the hope is that it will not go beyond the 14th, which is exactly 1 week from today. But of course, this is a trial. It could go longer or possibly even shorter. Live in Annapolis tonight, Avajoy Burnett for WJZ.